Hello, everybody! Welcome back to the Colorado Rockies rebuild franchise here on MLB The Show 24. Currently, our Colorado Rockies are riding a 3-game losing streak, which featured an 11-0 shutout and then 2 one-run losses to division rival San Diego Padres. And this episode will start by simulating this 2-game set against Houston, and then we are going to jump into this game to close the month out against Miami, where we'll have Dakota Hudson on the bump against Eury Perez. Real quick, though, to start, I just wanted to make a few minuscule changes to the roster. As I said in the past episodes, we were kind of just riding it out with what the Colorado Rockies had in present day. But now that we're a little bit further along, we're going to start putting our own spin on this team. Obviously, like I said, it is kind of minuscule moves, but we're going to make them nonetheless. So Anthony Molina, a 51 overall relief pitcher. I mean, see potential, not bad, but he's not someone we were ready to have on the active roster. He already logged 20 innings this season so far. The computer loved putting him into the game, but we're going to place on outright waivers and remove him from the roster, and if he clears, that would be good, but if not a huge loss. In his place, we're going to call up John Curtis, our highest overall relief pitcher, although he started in AAA. He comes over from the Mets last season after 20 all-right innings of work so far in AAA in 7 1/3, 3.68 ERA, a 1.09 WHIP, and 9 strikeouts in 7 innings. So he'll provide a little more stability for us, not even on the 40-man roster. Maybe he's injured in present day, I'm not quite sure. So John Curtis is now called up. And like I said, players that are hurt. So we have German Marquez starting off in AAA just because he's hurt in present day. So we're not going to call him up until about the All-Star break or so when he's set to actually return in real life. But look at that, 2-2 and a 6.39 ERA, 1.46 WHIP in 5 starts. So not a good start down there. I'm not sure why he's struggling so much. Same deal here with Antonio Senzatella. He's been pitching very good, 1.97 ERA, but he's hurt in present day and he's going to miss all of this season. So he won't be up until next year if he even does make the roster. 68 overall D potential, but he has 3 more years after this season at $10 million. Very bad contract here for Colorado. And then one more move I wanted to make real quick. We'll go over to outfielders. Jake Cave, a 61 overall D potential, regressing. He's only 3 for 27, batting 111. So we're just going to go ahead and designate him for assignment. And in his spot, we're going to actually go to the free agent market. I thought about Tommy Pham, but we're not going to quite bring him in. Instead, we're going to go with Raimel Tapia, former Colorado Rocky, who spent his first 6 seasons with the Rockies, 2 of which he was pretty much a full-time starter. I think he might have got hurt in one of those years. Spent a time in Toronto, and then just hasn't really... He actually didn't even play in the bigs. Oh, no, he did play last season. So I'm still in the free agent market, and we'll go roll. We'll do platoon, and then we'll offer him 1.8. I'm sorry, 1.8. Your roster is currently full. You must release at least one player. So I guess we have to wait for those players to clear. So we'll just release this guy, 45 overall, D potential reliever. And now it should be ready for us to sign Tapia. And obviously not a huge move or anything, but just to get someone a little bit better up to the major leagues for us. We'll just go to 2. He wants a longer contract. Still not accepting. Wow. What if we do 2 years and a club option? Would that get the job done? He's being pretty greedy for someone who's on the free agent market, if I don't say so myself. All right, so we just got him, I think, a 2-year, $4.8 million deal, but we do have the club option, so there's no, we're not liable to bring him back next year if we don't want. Then we'll add him to the 40-man roster. And Raimel Tapia back with the Colorado Rockies. Let's see if he can kind of turn his career around here. So now we are set to host Houston for a two-game set. And we'll have Cal Quantrill on the bump in this one. Right now, the National League leader in earned run average. We'll do a quick manage for this game to kick this one off. Framber Valdez, very good, obviously, for Houston. A 4-1 record right now. And they want us to put Tapia in the lineup. Yeah, I was about to do it, but I actually hit skip on accident. So we'll just let this one play out and put Tapia in for the next game, maybe. Quantrill gets out of the first. And a double play ball there to end the first for the Rockies after a Brendan Rodgers single. Bregman with a leadoff single, but Quantrill gets out of that one. Nolan Jones hit by a pitch to start, but the Rockies can't get anything going. Top of the third now, Singleton and Kyle Tucker each got on base. A sac bunt now runs on second and third for Yordan Alvarez. We'll just pitch around him. And he does draw the walk now, bases loaded for Altuve, and he flies out. Good way to get out of a jam there. Brenton Doyle gets on base and steals second, and Tovar brings him home with a RBI single. Rogers walks, now runs on first and second, one away for Montero, who flies out. Nolan Jones walks, now the base is loaded for Chris Bryant. He's desperate to get something going here. And a fielder's choice there as each team strains the bases loaded there in the third inning. Leadoff double there for Bregman. A walk there to Pena. 2 outs now for John Singleton, and he flies out. So Quantrill doing a great job navigating around all these base runners. Blackman a leadoff single, but then Diaz grounds into a double play. Now the top of the fifth, a 1-2-3 inning there for for Quantrill as Doyle strikes out. Single there for Tovar, his second hit of the day. An RBI double for Rogers. He's had a double, a single, and a walk in this one, I believe. Now Montero grounds out, and Jones an RBI single. Colorado up 3-0 here. Chris Bryant a single, now runners on the corners for Charlie Blackman as he flies out. Now top of the sixth, Altuve up. And then Bregman, a home run to get Houston on the board. Quantrill maybe showing signs of fatigue here as he does rebound with a strikeout and then a flyout. J.P. France now in for Houston as Doyle there grounds into a double play. Now this might be the last inning for Quantrill. A ground out, a flyout, now Tucker up as he gets another 1-2-3. Quantrill maintaining that ERA in this one. Like I said, leads the league. Leads the National League. Tovar, his third single of the day, batting leadoff in this one. And Nolan Jones, another RBI, that time on a double. And then Chris Bryant gets in on the action, an RBI single. Colorado up 5-1 now in the top of the eighth. And Quantrill surrenders that single. We'll go to the bullpen here. I was going to bring in Beeks, but he's really struggled against just overall. So we'll bring in Lucas Gilbreth. Strikes out Alvarez. And now bases loaded to Yainer Diaz. And I think we're going to go back to the bullpen here. Go to Jake Bird, our setup man, see if he can get out of this one. Sack fly there, now 5-2. Walk someone, now bases loaded for Pena. And a single allowed there. Now John Singleton up, bases loaded, 2 away. And let's bring in Daniel Bard, our closer. A pinch hitter now, Jose Abreu. Base hit there, drives in a run. Now Kyle Tucker up, bases loaded. And a strike 3 there by Daniel Bard. Houston strains the bases loaded again, although they do plate 3 in that inning. Now Penn Murphy on for Houston. He allows a single there to Ryan McMahon. We'll get a pinch runner on first. And we'll just go to Tolia. Actually, we really have no speed on this bench. I guess we'll just go Tapia. Although that kind of messes with our defense a little bit. And an RBI double there from Brenton Doyle as Tapia comes around to score in his debut back as a Rocky. Tovar 3 for 4. He strikes out there and Brendan Rodgers grounds out. So 6-4 here in the top of the ninth. Let's see if Daniel Bard can close this one out. Gives up a home run there to Alvarez. And now 6-5, 2 outs left. He gets Altuve on a pop-up, and Bregman now up 4 for 4 as he flies out, and Colorado takes this one. Cal Quantrill, tremendous performance as that ERA at 1.62 should still be among the top guys in the NL. Nolan Jones, player of the game, 2 for 2, 2 RBIs, a double, and a walk. Daniel Bard, very good performance so far for him. 6 for 6 now in save opportunities. And speaking of Daniel Bard, as I said, he's been very good here to start this season. However, 38 years old, he's already regressing pretty big in every category here. So, obviously, we don't really expect to be a playoff team this season, so he's someone we're going to look to move. And I think sooner rather than later, just because his overall is going to start dropping off, and maybe his play will start declining at some point. So, maybe in the next month or two, we'll look to move him. But for now, we'll just stand pat and just monitor his regression. Weird, like he's putting up tremendous numbers there. 9 strikeouts to 2 walks, 1.42 ERA, 0.63 whip, but 38 years old, his best days are probably behind him despite this very good start to the season. And now we'll just simulate this game, Austin Gomer against Christian Javier, and then we'll take over in the play-in game we're going to have against the Marlins. So we fall 3-1 here. Everyone in the lineup a hit there for Houston except Yainar Diaz. Let's see, for Colorado, just 3 hits on the day. Charlie Blackmon, the only extra base hit with a double. Chris Bryant and Diaz with hits as well. Austin Gomer, not bad. I mean, 2 earned in 6 innings, only 1 strikeout. Our starting pitchers are just not good at getting strikeouts. Kinley at 0.55 ERA, one of our best relievers so far in the season. Now it's time to play some baseball. We're here at Lone Depot Park to take on the Miami Marlins. The Colorado Rockies and Marlins, bottom tier teams here in the NL so far, both about 5 or 6 games under 500. Eury Perez will get the call for Miami in this one. A very good rookie season. Now at 20 years old, a very good start to his second campaign as well. Certainly a tough task for the Rockies in this one. Perez at 89 overall, a potential, and he should be one of the most dominant pitchers throughout this series. Leading off for the Rockies in this one, Brendan Rodgers batting over 300 so far on the young season. The first pitch here from Perez. And Rodgers gives that a ride out to right field, giving chase, and that's collected there by Garcia. 1 pitch, 1 out here for Perez. Here we get a look at the Colorado Rockies lineup, 6th in the NL, in home runs, and our home ballpark at Coors Field certainly can be attributed a little bit to that. Batting in the 2-hole for this game, Ryan McMahon. And we're kind of going with a little different approach to the lineup in this game. Kind of tinkering around, see what works. And now we'll skip ahead in this at-bat. 2-1 count here to Ryan McMahon. As that fastball clips the inside part of the plate. Now 2-2. And Ryan McMahon launches that out to center field towards the tip of the warning track. But that'll be caught there. Jazz Chisholm collecting that out. Now that brings up Nolan Jones batting in the 3 spot in this game. Tied for 5th in the NL in RBIs. You love to see that from our centerpiece of this team. Swing and a miss on that first pitch fastball. Quick 0-1 count here. And Jones swings at that one and he launches that into the gap. Jazz Chisholm giving chase. And he collects that one in the outfield. 3 up, 3 down here. Some well-hit balls by the Colorado Rockies to start this game, but Perez, a good inning there, as Miami will now come up to bat for the first time. On the bump in this one for Colorado is Dakota Hudson. 3-1 record so far in his first 5 starts as a member of the Rockies after signing in free agency from St. Louis. His strikeout rate is less than his walk rate, and that's certainly not good. Nick Fortes leading it off here for Miami, batting under 200 so far. The 2-2 to Fortes. Swing and a miss on that low changeup. And Hudson a strikeout to start this one. I love those low changeups. And that certainly fooled Fortes. Now Tim Anderson, a good batting average to start this campaign as he looks to rebound and a change of scenery. Ground ball there to Tovar, fires to first. And 2 up, 2 down here for Dakota Hudson. Now that brings up Luis Arias, sporting an 8-game hitting streak coming to this one of the best pure hitters in the National League. He sends that to shortstop as well, fielded by Tovar, fires to first. And another ground out there as each team starts the game going down 1-2-3 as we head into the second. Ezequiel Tovar will lead us off here. OPS over 800, 5 home runs so far in the month of April. Good start for our young shortstop. That swing and a miss though on that slider. Not a good look there for Tovar. Now the 1-1 from Perez. And Tovar lines that up the middle into center. A base hit for Tovar. And we saw he had 3 base hits in the first game of this episode in that quick manage game against Houston. Tovar coming on really strong here in his sophomore season. Perfect swing there for the 22-year-old shortstop. Now they'll bring up Charlie Blackmon in the DH role for this game. Swing and a miss on that first pitch changeup. I mentioned earlier that Daniel Bard is a likely trade candidate for us. Charlie Blackmon kind of in that same boat as well. And he grounds that to shortstop, chasing that low curveball. 1 to second, then back to first. And a double play there for Miami. Not good hit selection or pitch selection there from Blackmon. Just chops that low ball at shortstop. And an easy double play ball there for Perez and the Marlins. And now that brings up Eury Montero, 9th in the NL with 22 RBIs. Very strong start to the season, although he has cooled down a lot here in the last week or so. The 0-1 fouled off. Now a quick 0-2 count here to Montero. And Montero slaps that into the right center gap. Chisholm cuts that one off. Montero going for 2 here. Slides into second and a double. That was a closer play than I thought it was going to be. A nice double there for Montero, his 8th already on the season. And it's a shame that we grounded into that double play prior, or else I probably would have scored a run. Or maybe not. I don't know if Tovar would have really scored from first, but if we advanced him with Blackmon, obviously it would have been a different story. Now Elias Diaz on, looking to drive in the go-ahead run. And that circle change misses low. So now runners on first and second. And coming up to bat, we'll get our first look at Raimel Tapia, who we just signed to start this episode. His first start of the season. Swing and a miss at that first fastball. A little late on that one. Now the 0-1 to Tapia. And he gives that a ride out to center, but likely end up in the glove of Chisholm as it does. And that Rockies little rally there will go down with nothing. Jake Burger to lead us off, followed by Chisholm and Josh Bell there in the bottom of the second. So here's Jake Burger batting just a smidge over 200 so far. The Marlins have high hopes for him and his future. Fouls off that first pitch sinker. 0-1 count. The 0-1 to Burger. That's right down the plate. And he fouls off that meatball. Now the 0-2 delivery to Burger. And a good slider there from Hudson. Tremendous placement on that, and Burger even was like, all right, man, that was a good pitch. Strong start so far for Hudson through 4 batters, 2 of them strikeouts. Now here's Jazz Chisholm, the controversial cover athlete from last season, as he looks at a first pitch ball outside. Only batting .225 here in the young part of the season. That sinker gets in there, 1-1 now to Chisholm. That fastball gets in there. Now 1-2 count here. Let's see if Hudson can get another strikeout. And Chisholm launches that one foul down the left field line. We'll do another 1-2. And that curveball just misses inside, as this count's now evened up. The 2-2. Another foul. And Chisholm making Hudson work in this at-bat. 7th pitch now incoming. And that slider just gets in there. Inside part of the plate. And I don't think Chisholm was expecting that whatsoever. 2 strikeouts here to start the second for Dakota Hudson. Now Josh Bell up, batting .319 so far. And he grounds that to Tovar. He's been very busy in this one. And Hudson, another 1-2-3 inning here with 2 strikeouts. Number 9 hitter Brenton Doyle on to lead us off, as Colorado's lineup will turn over in the top of the 3rd. So here's Brenton Doyle. His average at .203, exactly how it finished last season. So his offensive production kind of on par with what we're expecting. Swings at that first pitch fastball as that goes foul. Doyle, a potential center fielder, already at 99 overall speed and defense. And chasing that high heat. That was horrible miss on my part. But he will likely be around for the duration of this series. Not chasing that high fastball. 1-2 count now. We really like what he brings to the table and a center fielder. 1-2 now. And he catches up to that curveball and just fouls that off. Another 1-2. That fastball just misses inside. Good eye by Doyle. Evened up at 2. And a good eye there on that curveball as it just fell out of the zone at the last second there. Full count now, drawn by Doyle. And he'll give that fastball a ride. And Chisholm very busy as well, like Tovar on our side defensively. And he puts that one away for another out here. Very good at bat there by Doyle, fighting back after a quick 0-2 hole. You like that from the number 9 hitter. Brendan Rodgers back up, the leadoff man in this game. Swings that fastball, quick 0-1 count. The 0-1. And Rodgers gives that one a ride out to the outfield. Chisholm again will settle under and make the play. 2 outs already here in the top of the 3rd. Now up to the plate is Ryan McMahon. And he gives that a ride out to center. Chisholm a diving play, and he makes the play out there. A web gem from Jazz Chisholm. That was hit nicely off the bat by Ryan McMahon. But a great defensive play there as Chisholm snags that one. And now the Marlins will come up to bat in the bottom of the 3rd. Leading off is Jesus Sanchez. A decent start for him, batting average at .278. First pitch to Sanchez. He gives that a ride out to right. Nolan Jones in right field in this one with Tapia manning left field. And he makes the play there. 7 up, 7 down so far for Dakota Hudson. Now Bethancourt works his way into a 3-1 count here. See if Miami can get their first base runner. And that sinker misses. And a 5-pitch walk there by Christian Bethancourt. The first base runner surrendered here by Dakota Hudson. Now to bring up the number 9 hitter, Avisail Garcia. Now the 1-2. And he gives that a ride to left field. Tapia gives chase, and he'll make the play there. 2 away here as Miami's lineup turns over. Nick Fortes now up, looking to keep it going after striking out in the first. 2 strike at bat here for Fortes, looking to avoid another strikeout. We got him on the low changeup earlier, and that one misses inside a full count here. The runner will be in motion. And he gives that fastball right out to left field. Tapia there for that one. And now we're through 3 innings already in this one. This little pitcher's duel. No scoring. Nolan Jones will lead us off here in the top of the 4th. First pitch inside. A good eye there by Nolan Jones. The 1-0. And Jones chasing that low changeup. Grounds that to second. And a quick out here for Miami. Tovar now up. First pitch swinging, he fouls off that fastball. And Perez, only just over 30 pitches. I think we got to kind of look at a little more pitches here. Now the 1-1 to Tovar, who's 1 for 1. And that fastball gets in there, a 1-2 count now. To Tovar batting cleanup in this one despite just 42 power. That slider misses down, 2-2. And I don't really want Tovar as the cleanup man, but there's just like so many limited ways I can kind of assemble this lineup. We don't have much flexibility as Tovar now draws a full count. And that slider misses. Surprising slider there by Perez on the full count. Tovar goes to first with Charlie Blackmon coming to the plate. First pitch here to Blackmon. And he lines that out to right field. Garcia giving chase. He can't make the play. Blackmon going for second. Tovar's heading home. And a nice RBI double there by Charlie Blackmon as Colorado takes the lead. I wasn't sure if Garcia was going to catch up to that one, but we sent Tovar anyway. And you love that swing by Charlie Blackmon. He's pumped up. What could be his final season as a Colorado Rocky, and maybe even his final MLB season. Now to bring up Eury Montero, a nice double earlier in the game. His first pitch swing and a miss on that slider. Now the 1-1 to Montero, who's 1 for 1. He's gone very cold, as I said, in recent games. Fouls off that fastball. And now a 1-2 count here. That fastball misses outside. Good eye there by Montero, drawing this count even. And Montero swinging a miss at the slider. Perez, his first strikeout here, and we're already in the 4th inning. Surprised by that. Now to bring up Elias Diaz, a walk in the 2nd, as he'll look to score Blackmon from 2nd. We'll skip ahead in the at-bat. A 2-2 count here to Diaz as that fastball misses up, as that draws it full now. See if Diaz can maybe draw another walk in this game. And a swing and a miss at the slider. Perez had no strikeouts prior to this inning, and then he gets 2 there to end it. Although the Rockies do jump ahead as they lead 1-0 off a Charlie Blackmon RBI double. Leading us off, Tim Anderson, 2 home runs and 16 RBIs, among the league leaders so far in this young season. First pitch here of the 4th, and Anderson smacks that into right field. First base hit here for the Marlins. So the Marlins get the leadoff man on Luis Arias now up to bat. Looks at a first pitch sinker in there for a strike. Now the 0-1. That's fouled off. A quick 0-2 count here to Arias. Arias fouls off another, still 0-2. And he gives that a ride out to center field. Doyle giving chase to the wall. And Brenton Doyle on the warning track makes the play. Not a good 0-2 pitch there from Dakota Hudson, but an out and out. Now Jake Berger up, looking to avoid his average dropping below the Mendoza line. Now a quick 3-0 count here to Jake Berger. And they might give him the green light here with his power. That fastball just barely gets in there. 3-1 now. And Jake Berger draws a walk. The 2nd surrendered here by Dakota Hudson. And now runners on 1st and 2nd, just 1 away here for Miami, with Jazz Chisholm coming up to bat. A strikeout earlier in the 2nd. First pitch misses to Jazz. And now a 1-0 count. That sinker just low. A 2-0 count now in a pivotal spot early on in this game. And Chisholm just grounds that one foul. Now 2-1. And that changeup gets in there on the outside part of the plate. Now 2-2. And Hudson goes back to the changeup, and Jazz Chisholm launches that out to right center. And that's gone. Jazz Chisholm with the 3-run home run. Moonshot as Miami takes the lead in this game. 3-1 now for the Marlins. That was a rip off the bat of Jazz Chisholm as he gives the Euro step there to home plate. Tim Anderson and Jake Berger both score. And Dakota Hudson, a rough inning for him. Gives up that leadoff single to Anderson. Walks Berger. And then a 3-run bomb there by Jazz Chisholm Jr. And now that'll bring up Josh Bell, as the Marlins now do have the lead here. 1 away in the 4th. First pitch fastball misses inside. Now the 1-0. As that sinker's held up right over the plate, and Josh Bell smacks that into the gap. Around first, heads for 2nd. And a double there by Josh Bell. And someone might need to come out and talk to Dakota Hudson. Bell's 6th double so far this season. And now we do have to go visit Dakota Hudson. He didn't allow a hit through the first part of the order, or his first time through the order. But now 3 so far in the first 6 batters, including a walk. Runner on 2nd now, just 1 away, as he gets that sinker in there for a strike. Now the 0-1 to Sanchez. And he launches that out to right field. That's going to be gone. 2 home runs surrendered here by Dakota Hudson in this inning. And the Marlins are now up 5-1. Jesus Sanchez, his 3rd of the season, as that goes for 439. Hudson had such a strong start to this game, and now he's likely to get pulled after that one. And we knew this one was gone right after it came off the bat. Jesus Sanchez looks up at that one, tosses the bat into the infield. 110 exit velo, 23.8 launch angle, almost 5 seconds of hang time at just under 440 feet. So with that, we are going to go to the bullpen. Dakota Hudson only survives 3 1/3 in this one. And our pitching has been probably the worst in the entire league so far. to start this season. Hudson 3-1 entering, but certainly in line for the loss here unless Peter Lambert, who now enters, can hold it down, and hopefully our offense can get going a little bit more and build on that fourth inning. Lambert's been a workhorse for us out of the bullpen, and he's probably not too far away from cracking the rotation with about 3 or 4 of our starters struggling so far. Now Christian Bethancourt up. He'll be the first man that Lambert faces here out of the bullpen. Bethancourt walked in the third, the first base runner for Miami in this game. Pretty much everyone since has either reached base or scored. Bethancourt fouls off that 0-1 and a quick 0-2 count here for Lambert out of the pen. 2 pitches missed, and now Bethancourt evens it up, 2-2 count here. And that fastball misses. I guess the umpire, like I've been mentioning, I guess he has been consistent with most of these calls on the edge. A full count here. Bethancourt fouls off that changeup. We'll do it again. 7th pitch of the at-bat. As Bethancourt draws another walk here from the 8-hole. That'll now bring up Avisail Garcia. Still just 1 away here in the 4th inning. That first pitch misses inside and low. The 1-0 count. And that fastball finally gets in there. We get a call on the edge there for once. Now the 1-1 to Garcia. And that fastball again, we get the call. Garcia being cheated a little bit in this at-bat. 1-2 count. But that changeup misses kind of in the same spot as all. Look at that. All of those pitches just low. Obviously going for the double play ball here. And the 2-2. And again low as Garcia draws this full. And look, all those pitches just low in the zone. As Garcia draws a walk. Back-to-back walks now out of the pen for Peter Lambert. And look at that. Another low ball to start. Finally, we get something. Chop to first. Montero to second. Tovar back to first. And he beats it out. Oh my goodness. We cannot catch a break here. Longest 4th inning of all time as Tim Anderson back up as the Marlins bat around here. Anderson led us off with a single earlier in the inning. Almost goes on that inside fastball, but he does hold up. 1-0 count now. Fouls off a fastball, 1-1. Anderson fouls off another, and a quick 1-2 count here. And swing and a miss on that nice curveball from Lambert. I don't think we saw any curveballs before that, but the damage has been done. A 3-run bomb by Jazz Chisholm Jr. and a 2-run shot for Miami by Jesus Sanchez as they now lead 5-1. We have some work to do. We're going to skip ahead in the action a little bit. Top of the 5th, Rockies go down in order. 2 strikeouts. Arraez, a base hit there down the right field line. That goes into the corner. He rounds first. He'll head for second. That's going to be a double for Luis Arraez to lead off the bottom of the 5th. And we did skip ahead in the action. I'm still kind of getting used to how I'm going to sequence and do these episodes, but there was no action there in the top of the 5th for the Rockies. We went down 1-2-3 with strikeouts from Tapia and Doyle, and then Brendan Rodgers popped out. And Nolan Jones catches up to that one off a Jake Berger drive. They had a right field, luckily an out for the Rockies. Now Jazz Chisholm Jr. up after that 3-run bomb in the last inning. Now 1-1 count here for Jazz. Swing and a miss on that low changeup. Let's see if we can strike him out again here. And that changeup way up in the zone from Lambert. 2-2 count now. That slurve miss is low as Jazz works it full. And that changeup low as well, and Lambert, he just can't get it into the zone. Another walk here is 3rd. Now that brings up Josh Bell. He ripped one into the gap in his last at-bat for a double. First pitch strike there. Now the 0-2. And that slurve kind of hung over the middle of the plate. Not what you want to do on 0-2. Fouled off by Bell. We'll do it again. And how is that not a strike? Wow. Good eye there from Bell as that was just on the tip of the zone. A 1-2 count here. Grounds that to third and just past diving Ryan McMahon. They'll send the runner home. And he's going to score. Miami takes a 6-1 lead here off an RBI single from Josh Bell. And not a good performance here from Peter Lambert, really struggling with command in this game. That first pitch low, of course. And that's just been where he's been throwing most of his fastballs in this one. That changeup held over the middle of the plate. Sent to left field. Tapia settles underneath and will make the grab. 2 away here in the 5th. Now they'll bring up Christian Bethancourt. 2 walks already in this game. Swing and a miss on that inside fastball. And a quick 0-2 count to Bethancourt. And swing and a miss on the slider. Slider away. And Lambert gets out of this one. Not before giving up another run, however. As Josh Bell, an RBI single. Miami up 6-1 heading into the 6th. McMahon a 1-2 count here to start the top of the 6th. And he hits that one out to center field. Jazz Chisholm will settle underneath. And another recorded out there by the center fielder. Now Nolan Jones up looking to get on base for the first time. And he gives that a ride out to center. And that drops in for a base hit. Nolan Jones now 1 for 3 in this game. I don't know why I hit going to second for some reason, but we just get back in time and avoid that base running blunder. Now here's Ezequiel Tovar, a single and a walk so far in this one. And he gives that a ride out to left field. That drops into the gap. Going to go to the wall. Nolan Jones heads for third. Tovar rounds first, heads for second. And he's in there with a double. Tovar now 2 for 2 with a walk, a single, and a double. Just working his way up the totem pole. Good patience on that one as he gives that a ride out to the wall there in left field. Now runs on second and third here for Blackmon, already with an RBI double. Now Charlie Blackmon, a quick 1-2 count, all fastballs so far. And he fouls that one out to right field. Avisel Garcia giving chase into the corner. He'll catch it, and the Colorado will send both runners. So that will go for a sacrifice fly for Charlie Blackmon, his second RBI of the day, as Nolan Jones advances on that one. Now Eleuteris Montero up with a runner on third. The 0-1 count to Montero. As he gets a good wood on that one, but very early as he fouls it off. Now a quick 0-2 count here. And Montero swinging a miss. That one in the dirt. And he'll be thrown out there chasing a pitch. And Montero has really struggled here. Rockies do get one back, though. They trail 6-2 heading into the bottom of the 6th. We will keep Peter Lambert out to start, but I think one base runner will probably go back to the bullpen. First pitch fastball does get in there. Now a 2-1 count to Garcia. And he gives that fastball down the middle of a ride. And Tapia cannot make the diving play. That's going to go for a base hit for Garcia. And that launched off the bat there. And now Colorado will go back to the bullpen here. John Curtis, we saw he was called up earlier in this episode. He's on to make his first appearance. He'll start with the top of Miami lineup with Nick Fortes 0 for 3 so far. And they're going to send the runner as that's fouled off. The 0-2. Another slider there and a swing and a miss as John Curtis fans the first batter he faces this season. Now to bring up Tim Anderson 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored in this game. He gives that a good rock out to right field. That's going to get into the gap down to the wall. That's probably going to score another run here for Miami. And Avisel Garcia comes all the way around from first. An RBI double here for Tim Anderson. Miami continues to pour it on. Now to bring up Luis Arraez. A runner in scoring position here, just one away. And Tovar snatches that one on a line drive, but it couldn't get the double play as Tim Anderson does get back. Heads up play there by Tovar, second out of the inning. And now Jake Berger up, batting 198 now, after going 0 for 2 so far in this game. First pitch, he gives that a nice ride out to center. Brenton Doyle, and he can't make the play a diving attempt. Berger going for 2. And he'll get the double there. RBI double for Jake Burger. And our outfielders just cannot hang on to these diving plays. Brenton Doyle, 99 overall, definitely thought he would make it. And that's just off the glove. And instead of getting out of the inning, a run comes around to score. Now 8-2. Jazz Chisholm up. He fouls off that first pitch fastball. Colorado just not executing well defensively in this game. And the pitching obviously has not been good either. 1-1 count here for Chisholm Jr. Sends that slider foul. Curtis one pitch away from getting out of this inning. And Chisholm flies that one out to center. Doyle settles underneath. And he'll make the play. We're 2/3 through this game. Miami continues this dominant offensive output. They lead 8-2 heading into the 7th. That'll do it for Eury Perez as Edward Cabrera comes on to pitch in this one. Already 34 innings, his 17th appearance. He's been very busy for the Marlins and been very good out of the bullpen as well. Leading off is Elias Diaz, 0 for 1 with a walk. And we need to get something going here if we want to try and come back in this one. Now Diaz up in 1-0 count. He gives that around to right field as Avisail Garcia collects it. 1 out now after Elias Diaz fly out to right. Then I'll bring up Raimel Tapia looking for his first hit back with the Rockies. He fouls off that first pitch fastball. We'll skip ahead in the at-bat. Tapia draws a 3-1 count. And that'll make it full now. 3-2 count. That changeup gets in there. And Tapia gives that a ride out to left field as that gets over the head of a jumping Jake Burger. Left fielder gets that one in quick. I think that's Sanchez out there. And Raimel Tapia, his first base hit as a member of the Colorado Rockies for the first time in a few years. And now that slurve gets in there. Brenton Doyle looking at that one all the way. 0 for 2 so far. A 1-2 count now for Brenton Doyle. And he's going to strike out again in this one. His bat is a huge liability there. And we really need him to improve in that aspect of the game. Brenton Doyle strikes out, and that'll bring up Brendan Rodgers. Now 2 away here as he swings and misses at a first pitch slurve. We'll skip ahead in this at bat. 2-1 count for Brendan Rodgers as he grounds that one to second to Arraez. And he'll throw to first for the out. The Rockies go down here. We got a Tapia single, but overall can't muster up any more offense. We still trail 8-2. And it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Josh Bell will lead us off here. Very good offensive showing so far in the season. And today, 2 for 3. John Curtis still on the bump. A ground ball there on the first pitch of the inning as Tovar fires to first for the first out. Now 2 outs, Christian Bethancourt up as we skip ahead in the inning. That first pitch fastball misses up. 1-0 count now. Bethancourt already with 2 walks in this game. And he'll pop that one up to second. And a good rebound here from Curtis as he gets a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the top of the 8th. 6 outs left for the Rockies to overcome this 6-run deficit. Ryan McMahon will lead us off here. His first game of the season batting in the 2-hole. As I said earlier, we're still kind of tinkering with the lineup and experimenting and see what works. The 1-0 to McMahon. Nice hit on the ball. Nice wood on the ball there as that flies right into the glove of Jesus Sanchez. Now here's Nolan Jones, a single and a run so far in this game. Looking to add more here. We'll skip ahead in this at-bat. The 7th pitch incoming. 2-2 count for Nolan Jones. As that slurve almost dips in there and gets him as this count draws full now. And that slurve just tucks in the zone as Nolan Jones goes down looking. Great pitch there from Edward Cabrera. And that came from out the zone. Got back in, and Jones goes down looking. So that brings up Ezequiel Tovar, a walk, single, and double in this one. He's reached base safely in all 3 of his at-bats so far. Batting .313 on the season, leading the team thus far. The 0-1. And he breaks the bat on that one. And he's going to go down for the first time in this game as Luis Arraez collects that pop out. Now we head to the bottom of the 8th. Likely the last time we'll see the Miami bats in this game. Avisail Garcia leads us off with John Curtis still on the mound after that 1-2-3 inning. First pitch grounded, just barely foul as it went into the corner in right field. 0-1 now. He fouls that one off a fastball over the heart of the plate. 0-2 count now to Garcia. And that's chopped to short. Might be a tough play for Tovar, but he gets back to first in time for the out. Garcia just a couple steps from beating that one out. Now Nick Fortes 0 for 4 in this one in the leadoff spot. Probably the only hitter in the Miami lineup without a base hit in this game. And a quick 0-2 count here to Fortes. Slider misses away. Curtis trying to get him chasing. Another 1-2. He gives that right to right field. Right at Nolan Jones, who collects that one. Fortes now 0 for 5 in this game. Here's Tim Anderson 2 for 4, double single and a ribby. Very good start to the season for him. He fouls that one off. Popped right to Montero, who collects it. And now the Rockies just 3 outs to work with. And we have to rewrite this huge deficit. We have Blackmon, Montero, and Diaz up. And we got to start a rally here. Charlie Blackmon will lead us off. Both RBIs in this game for the Rockies. Edward Cabrera still on the mound. His third inning of work, looking for a save. Now we'll skip ahead in the at-bat. A 2-2 count here for Charlie Blackmon. And that sinker gets in there. I don't know what we were looking at on that one. User error completely. And that was a pitch Charlie Blackmon certainly could have gotten a hold of. Now Eury Montero, OPS just barely over 900 as it has been dipping. He looks at a first pitch changeup and a quick 0-1 count here. And Montero gets a hold of that one into the gap. That's going to drop, and Montero heads for second. And he will reach base safely. Eury Montero, his second double of the game. And we will make a couple moves here. We're going to get a pinch runner on at first. That's going to be Michael Tolia. And then we will get a pinch hitter up. Should we pinch hit here? I think if we reach Doyle, we'll pinch hit. So we'll just leave Elias Diaz on for this one. Good contact against righties. And Diaz flies that out to left field. And an easy play there for Sanchez. Now 2 away. The Rockies down to their last out. Raimel Tapia now represents our last gleam of hope in this game as we're down to our last out. First pitch strike does get in there. 0-1 count now. 0-2 now. Swing and a miss on that slurve. A good pitch there by Cabrera. Tapia in a hole now here. And a swing and a miss on the fastball. Cabrera does get the 3-inning save. And Miami gets the 8-2 victory here. Dakota Hudson just imploded there in the 4th. And that's all Miami needed to take this game. Our pitching, obviously a huge weakness on this team. And it even goes down deep into our farm system. We don't have many pitchers here that we're kind of focusing on developing. So as we kind of inch towards the MLB draft, we'll kind of get a look at some prospects. But pitching is going to be our main focus, I think, in this upcoming MLB draft. Colorado does hold the 3rd overall pick. And we'll most likely use that to take the top pitcher available. Hopefully the top pitcher in the entire draft. That'll do it here from Lone Depot Park, though, as Miami takes this one easily from Colorado. 8-2 behind home runs from Jazz Chisholm Jr. and Jesus Sanchez. Dakota Hudson falls to 3-2, and Eury Perez gets his 3rd win of the season. Now, following that loss to the Marlins, we will sim ahead a few games, and obviously that concludes April. We finished the first month of the season 11-18. I'll just take a quick look at the standings here. Just one game or a half game worse than the Giants. The Brewers are kind of even with us, as well as the Nationals and Marlins and Mets. So about 5 or 6 teams here kind of at the sellers of the National League at this point. White Sox and a close record to us. And obviously we'll see a little more separation as the season goes on. Our first minor league update of the year, Jaden Hill hit hard there, 6.48 ERA and 16 2/3. Noah Davis, 6.65 over 23. Benny Montgomery tore it up, center fielder prospect for us. 349 and 83 at-bats, 10 runs batted in. Love to see that. Kyle Datris, 368 batting average, 12 runs scored. 12 RBIs. Stephen Jones, a relief pitcher, 2.45 and 7 1/3, 7 strikeouts. And lastly, Ty Blatch, 2.23 ERA, 17 strikeouts over 32 1/3. So now we will sim the rest of this series against Miami and probably the series against Pittsburgh as well. Noah Davis will just keep active for now. Sam Hilliard is back in outfielder for us. And we fall 5-1 in the second game of the series. We allow 4 there in the first. Only 5 hits for the Rockies, 2 from Brendan Rodgers. Chris Bryant had an RBI. And Ryan Feltner, he had a very good initial start to the season. And now just falling apart. 1 2/3, gave up 8 hits, 2 walks, and 5 earned. And then our bullpen in 6 1/3 gave up no runs, only 5 base runners the rest of the way. Good performance there from Lambert, Beeks, and Gilbreth. So let's simulate this last game and try to avoid the sweep, which we do with a 4-2 victory. And we do get our first trade offer of the year here from the Yankees, as they want to give us Tommy Kahnle, a 34-year-old reliever, for a young shortstop prospect, Dylan Jorge, and that just does not make any sense for us. We're trying to bring in younger players, not trade our young players for older players. Now we'll have Kyle Quantrill on the bump against Pittsburgh, sporting a 1.62 ERA. And we do get a key moment here as Daniel Bard going for the close, going for the save. 2 outs, runners on first and second. We'll just simulate. And we do get the win there. We shut out Pittsburgh. Probably our first shutout of the season. Montero and Doyle each a home run. A solo home run in this one. Let's see. Quantrill went 7. No earned runs. Now at 136 earned run average. 6 base runners and 6 strikeouts. Jake Bird the hold. And Daniel Bard 2 strikeouts. He's now 8 for 8 in saves. Now that takes us here to the second game of this 3-game set against Pittsburgh. We have Austin Gomer on the bump against Jared Jones. We'll simulate this one. And a key moment here. We're up by 1 run. 2 runners on base. We're down by 1. 2 runners on for Ryan McMahon. We'll just simulate. And we win 8-3, so we come back to win that one. Aroldis Chapman must have imploded there. And he gave up 3 earned in just 1/3 innings of work. And we got 3 more off Colin Selby. So yeah, 2/3 innings between Chapman and Selby and 6 runs for the Colorado Rockies. Let's take a look at our offense. Tovar had a hit. Blackman had a hit. McMahon, Bryant, 2 for Rodgers. And Montero, 1 homer, 4 RBIs. I think he might have had another grand slam. He had one earlier, I think maybe last episode. And Montero, just tremendous production from him. Maybe Austin Gomer's best start of the year, giving up 2 in 6 innings. John Curtis, 2 innings of work, 3 strikeouts. He gets the win. Tyler Kinley, inning of work, a strikeout, no men on, as he now has a .51 ERA. So following that loss to Miami, we lose another and then win 3 straight. And this Colorado team just very streaky so far. We'll just simulate this one as well. And we do fall 6-4. And we were down 6-0, almost rallied late. 3 there in the 7th, 1 in the 9th, but ultimately not enough. And Raimel Tapia batting leadoff in this one, 3 for 4. Just a triple short of the cycle. His first home run back as a member of the Colorado Rockies. 2 hits for Blackman, including a double. Chris Bryant, 3 for 4. He's kind of coming around now. And Hudson, another bad performance. 6 earned runs in 3 1/3. And it seems like he's only really able to work into the 4th inning. Pete Lambert, 4 2/3, no earned runs. So, like I kind of hinted at, I think Lambert is someone we're going to try and get into the rotation here soon. And now to close this episode, we will simulate, I guess, probably the rest of this week. These next 5 games, this 3-game set against San Fran, and then 2 games here against Texas. I wanted to cover more ground in this episode, but I realized we're probably already at about an hour, so I really don't want the episodes to run any longer than that. I still have to kind of get a feel for editing and kind of condensing these games better, but we'll go ahead and just simulate Ryan Feltner against Logan Webb, and Feltner 8.42 ERA, desperate for a rebound here. Auto utilize there. And we do get the win, 3-2 victory as Feltner defeats Logan Webb. Brendan Rodgers 2 for 4 with a double. McMahon a hit. Nolan Jones a hit, 2 RBIs. Everyone with a hit in this one except Ezequiel Tovar. And Blackman also had a double. Feltner 5 1/3. 4 hits surrendered, 3 walks. So 7 base runners and 5 1/3. 6 strikeouts. And the bullpen staying strong so far. And that combination of Jake Bird, Daniel Bard, they have been flawless so far. Daniel Bard 9 for 9 on saves. And Jake Bird still without a run allowed. John Curtis, a good inning of work. And 2/3 there for Gilbreth. Now we have Kyle Freeland against Jordan Hicks, who's been very strong. Now a starting pitcher. At a key moment here, we're down two runs with 2 runners on. Ezequiel Tovar up. We'll just simulate. I did kind of want to jump into a game here against the Giants, being a division rival, but we don't really have time for that as Tovar didn't deliver in that big spot. So, rubber match here, Kyle Harrison against Cal Quantrill. And Quantrill, probably his worst outing of the season. We'll go down to pitching first. And he gave up 4 earned in 5. John Curtis gave up 2 2/3, but other than that, the bullpen's still staying strong here. Very surprised at what they've been able to do. Tovar did get a hit in this one. Brendan Rodgers 2 for 2 with a walk. He was also hit by a pitch. And Jacob Stallings batting .333 as our backup catcher. His first home run of the season in this game. Nothing really of note besides that. So now we dropped 2 out of 3 against San Fran. And we're going to probably be at the bottom of the NL West with them for this season. I wonder who's going to finish. And they were actually, I had 3 teams in consideration for this franchise. And it was between Rockies, Giants, and Cardinals. Ultimately decided to go with the Rockies. And now we have Austin Gomer, 0-4 with an ERA over 5, set here to take on one of the best teams in the MLB, and the Texas Rangers. And we do drop that one 4-6. As Peter Lambert picked up the loss. So we were up 4-2, and then back-to-back 2-run innings there in the 6th and 7th ultimately led to our demise. Tovar, another hitless performance, and we got to move him down the lineup now. Experimented with him at leadoff and cleanup, but he's probably got a bat maybe in the 2-hole. I don't know. We really don't have much flexibility with this lineup, as I stressed. Both Nolan Jones and Ryan McMahon, a pair of doubles for both of them in this game. Gomer, not bad, 5 innings. And no earned runs, actually. Peter Lambert got shelled, though. 3 earned and 1 1/3. Tyler Kinley gave up a run. Justin Lawrence and John Curtis, good outings from them. So that's a 3-game losing streak right now for the Rockies. And this is going to be the last game of the episode. Dakota Hudson against Nathan Eovaldi. 5-2 with a 1.57 ERA for Eovaldi. And what do we got here? Tied 3-3 in the top of the 8th, 1 out. 2 men on here for Ezekiel Duran. We'll just simulate to the end. And we got shelled there. I guess Beeks probably gave up a few runs. He's been very inconsistent. Yeah, 5 spot there in the 8th for the Giants. Beeks gave up 3 earned and 2/3. Tyler Kinley 2 earned. Didn't even record an out. And look at Jake Bird there, an inning pitched. Still no earned runs allowed from Bird. Tapia had 2. He went 2 for 5. And I think it might be time to maybe make him an everyday guy. I don't really know who we take out of the lineup, but we got to get him in there. He's been very good, obviously, just in a small sample size. And Michael Toglia has been good as well. 2 hits for him in this one. So the Rockies are now 15-24. In this episode, we went 1-2, 1-3, 4-3, 4-4, 5-4, 5-8, I believe. And that's kind of what we expect here in this series. I mean, we'll go to our stats now as we close out here and just see what we're working with. Who's in home runs? Montero, 10 home runs so far. Jones and Tovar each with 6, but other than that, not much to talk about in the power category. A bunch of snowflakes here as well. Tovar, Blackman, Diaz, Brenton Doyle. Brendan Rodgers, our only hitter right now, who's hot, and he's batting over 300. Tapia batting .462 as he's 6 for 13. and slugging over 700. And we're going to get more of a look at him in the next episode. So this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for tagging along with this Colorado Rockies franchise. As I've stressed, I kind of got to get a better flow and feel for how I'm going to really do these episodes on MLB The Show. It's much different than I have an NCAA 14 Dynasty going on, an NHL 24 franchise, and it's much different format than kind of what I'm used to. So, bear with me, stick it out, and I promise I'll put a better product out there for everybody. But I would love to hear from you in the comments. Next episode, we're going to have a simulated heavy episode, kind of work our way through May, but also at the same time, we're going to maybe have a player lock game, jump into some key moments. So let me know who you want to see in a player lock game. Brendan Rodgers is hitting really well for us. Raimel Tapia is coming on strong. Maybe he's someone we want to kind of focus on next episode. But this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. As always, it's been real, and be well. I'll see you next time.